Apparently, some things need to be spelled out in order to emphasize their significance. Let me give you an example. Way back in 1967, noted rhythm and blues singer Aretha Franklin covered a song written and recorded earlier by the late great Otis Redding. The words and tune were essentially the same on both recordings, with one noteworthy exception. Aretha's version spelled out, literally and figuratively, what she was singing about. Her version became a huge hit and ultimately the signature song of her illustrious career. And all it took was 7 letters punctuated by a declarative statement. Do you remember? I'll bet you do. These 7 letters, R-E-S-P-E-C-T, find out what it means to me. Hi, it's P-H-I-L again, and you guessed it. Today our topic is R-E-S-P-E-C-T. More specifically, what leaders ought to know, as well as what leaders ought to do to earn respect from followers. Let me make one thing perfectly clear. Contrary to what others would have you believe, respect is not some special possession to be acquired or some ceremonial crown to be bestowed, and respect is not assigned on the basis of age, sex, education, intelligence, seniority, title, or for that matter, any other arbitrary concept. To experience the unparalleled joy and personal satisfaction that comes with truly being respected by others, well, there are no shortcuts to be had. Effective leaders still acquire respect the old-fashioned way. They earn it. And to earn respect, it helps to know the recipe. Specifically, the 3 ingredients that I call my recipe for respect. My first ingredient is consistency. Believe me, wise leaders never take consistency for granted. They recognize that followers spend an inordinate amount of time watching, listening, and carefully evaluating even the most subtle comments, actions, and motivations of their leaders. From these personal observations, followers begin to determine whether or not a leader is to be respected. The second ingredient involves the process of quality decision making. Note I stress quality decision making as opposed to flawless decision making. Why the distinction? To be flawless in one's decision making would require a leader to possess perfect knowledge of the future. Of course, no such crystal ball exists. Thankfully, the ability to make sound, reasonable decisions in a thoughtful, timely manner is a skill that exists and can be developed in virtually any leader. We'll address decision making in more detail in future episodes of the Leader's Journal. Finally, the third ingredient for consideration is all important: the ability to interact with others. Respect does not germinate well in a vacuum. For both respect and leadership to take root and grow, leaders and followers must have continuing opportunities to interact, to get to know one another. Short-sighted leaders who consciously choose to disassociate or limit contact with followers, well, they're foolishly and unwittingly allowing the fertile soil in which healthy relationships can grow over time to erode, unchecked. So there you have it. My foundational recipe for earning respect, carefully spelled out in detail. Consistency and quality decision-making coupled with thoughtful interactions with others. Apply and tend these ingredients, and soon earned respect from others moves from concept to reality. Come to think about it, maybe Aretha had it right all along. R-E-S-P-E-C-T, now you know what it means to me.